My 29 female boyfriend, 28 male, told me he cheated in a previous relationship and I don't know how to proceed. I was cheated on horribly in the past by my most serious relationship and am still deeply affected by the trauma. My BF knows this and I know that's why he chose to tell me, but honestly I'm gutted. I haven't been able to respond yet, but we're getting more serious and I feel like we're at a crossroads. He's been amazing to me and never gave me a reason to doubt him, but I believed my ex right up until the end, too, so I feel ill-equipped to judge character. However, a major difference is that my ex had to get caught, and according to my BF, he told the girl he was seeing what was up. And he told me when I didn't ask him to, but he knows how scared I am. I don't believe strictly in once a cheater, always a cheater, but I don't know what I'm expected to do with this information. I think calling off the relationship is an overreaction, but I do feel like I have to honor the red flag and not proceed like nothing ever happened. What's the in-between? If you found out your partner had a past with cheating, how did you handle it? Why does my ex male 18 want to get back with me female 18 after college but is pursuing the person he cheated on me with? Hello, I'll try to keep the post short but include all the parts I deem important. I'll provide any details if it's necessary. So, exactly as the title says. My ex, I'll call him D, and I were friends for more than a year before getting into a relationship that lasted precisely 1 year. The weeks leading to our anniversary were very chaotic. At the time, my mental health was really deteriorating because I missed a lot of school days due to COVID. And as for him, his family was threatening to break us apart if D didn't do their bidding. Though I don't think his family thought badly of me. It was just their way of controlling him, I guess. He told me as well that I pushed him away, so he felt neglected and unwanted. He used that as the main reason to entertain someone else. D eventually confessed to me, saying that he asked his friends for advice. They all told him to confess. He told me that he didn't want to lose me, so he asked for my help with what he should do. He also told me that the feelings he had for male 18 were unwanted and that he didn't like having them. Because of that, I stayed and tried to hold on for a little while longer. I did do my end of fixing our relationship, but it was so obvious that he didn't. He let the unwanted feelings for M develop. I broke up with him while I was in the middle of Hell Week, so you could imagine how terribly worse my mental health got. After we broke up, he did ask me if we could stay as friends. We're still in contact. Well, fast forward to now, I talked to him about what he plans to do. He's been very clear and adamant about getting back together 4 years after, which is after college. But the thing that troubles me is that he's trying to pursue to the other girl. I'll call her M, which is the person he cheated on me with. Let me also make something clear. I talked to M about all of this, and she told me that she doesn't want to get involved with D, but they're talking again. I just don't understand. He tells me that he wants to treat me the best after 4 years and that he'd change and improve himself to make it all possible, but he's doing something like this. This makes me feel conflicted. I don't know what to do now. I still do want to try again with him, but why is it like this? It just leaves me wondering if I ever mattered to him, and I keep gauging my value in his life. Should I 31 female should give my ex 32 male another chance after he cheated early in the relationship? Hello everyone. A year ago I snooped in my ex's phone after suspecting I had an STD. I found out that he had gone out of his way to cheat on me during Xmas break, specifically seeking out women on dating apps even though he was the one pushing for exclusivity. I wanted to take it slow because this was a handsome, desirable dude who travels a lot and had been single for a while, and I suspected he might need to mess around a bit longer to get it out of his system before being with just me. He talked to about a dozen women, went on 6 dates, kissed 2 of them, but only had S with 1. Hooray. As soon as he was back from Xmas break, he ghosted her. Obviously, he had never mentioned having a GF. Begging his ex to hang out for closure, while also kind of trying to get one last F out of her, or maybe even get back together if she had given him the time of day. I can't be sure. S-ing a dominatrix, even while we were together. This one hurt the most because one of the S happened the same night that we slept together for the first time. They talked while I was in the shower. He texted her a pic of my shoes as proof that he was effing someone or whatever their game was. To his credit, he took full responsibility and sat through about 24 hours straight of me screaming in his face. No gaslighting, no ghosting, no manipulative counterattacks. He cried, apologized, told me he had just reverted back to a toxic pattern because his feelings for me scared him. I felt he was sincere and I was very much still in love with him, so I decided to give it another chance. I made him apologize to the girl that he cheated with, because ghosting is a cowardly move. I pushed very hard for him to get in therapy and address the issues that drove him to this type of behavior. It took 4 months, but he finally agreed to start therapy after some huge fight. Over the course of the next few months there were a lot of highs and lows, but I realized I had never really let go of what he had done early in the relationship. I have trouble trusting people in general, and I really have a hard time letting things go. Despite his efforts, the rage kept coming back at weird times, mainly about the dominatrix thing. I just could not seem to let that one go, and I became straight up toxic with this dude. Hot and cold, breaking up, getting back together, just a hot mess all around. He was patient through all of that and kept saying he wanted to gain my trust back because I was the person he wanted to marry and have kids with. Up until recently, when I blew up in his face about something relatively small. At that point, it had been a year since the cheating episode and he felt like he had had enough. So did I throw away a good thing because I was too consumed by rage? And is it normal to have so much rage 1 year later, even if the person is truly sorry and loves you? Is cheating less bad if it happens early on in the relationship? How can I work on my trust issues moving forward? Any insight would help because I feel quite confused and a part of me does miss the good times we had.
Make sure and subscribe.